Welcome to today's program. I'm Milton Lawrence, and with me today is Dr. Wendy Walsh. Our topic on today's program contains important information for parents of children diagnosed with autism or severe attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, before the age of 14. Your child's autism or severe ADHD may be the result of exposure to toxic heavy metals in your child's baby food. Dr. Walsh, the obvious question would seem to be, how can toxic heavy metals be allowed to be in a product like baby food? I mean, who regulates the manufacturers of baby food?
Well, this is going to be shocking to you because it was shocking to me when I heard it. The answer is no one. The baby food industry self-regulates, meaning no one is overseeing safety of their products. In a recent congressional report, it was found that even though manufacturers set their own standards for allowable heavy metals, they often don't abide by the rules they create. They still sell baby food that they know could contain dangerously high levels of heavy metals.
Dr. Walsh, what legal rights do viewers actually have who have a child diagnosed with autism, ADHD, or another serious neurological condition have after their child has been fed baby food found to contain these high levels of toxic heavy metals that you mentioned?
Well, Milton, parents whose children have been diagnosed with autism or severe ADHD after being fed baby food containing high levels of heavy metals have the right to claim damages from the manufacturer of that product. The lawsuits filed will allege that the baby food manufacturers knew that their baby food products contain dangerously high levels of heavy metals such as arsenic, lead, cadmium, or mercury, and that the manufacturers intentionally concealed and/or failed to disclose these contamination levels to consumers.
Now, this would seem to be very complex litigation. What are the key things that our viewers should look for when choosing a law firm to represent them in these cases?
This is the most important part because the elements required for this type of representation start with the fact that the firm has to have had experience, right, in these kind of product liability cases. They also should be able to show somebody examples and results. So they want to show potential clients they've been successful in this area. Also, since these claims are medically based, it's really important to know that the firm not only has medical expertise in this area, but also has the financial resources to carry these cases to a successful conclusion. I mean, these are really complex cases.
Oh, they certainly are. What is the cost for this type of representation?
I think we should have started the entire program with this news because it's the most important news, Milton. For the attorneys that we represent here, there is literally zero, none, nilch, no upfront cost. These cases are taken on a contingency basis with no cost to the client unless a settlement or verdict is reached. If they lose the case, they don't pay anything. But if they win the case, a portion gets thrown back to the attorneys for all the hard work they've done.
Certainly. Well, that's fantastic news for viewers or their loved ones who've children that have been diagnosed with autism, ADHD, or another serious neurological condition after being fed baby food containing high levels of toxic heavy metals. Dr. Walsh, the information you provided today will be helpful to any of our viewers who has a child who suffered with this diagnosis due to baby food they've been fed. I want to thank you so much for being here today.
It's always my pleasure. Attention parents, do you have a child who was diagnosed with autism or severe ADHD before the age of 14? Your child's autism or severe ADHD may be the result of exposure to toxic heavy metals in your child's baby food, and you may be entitled to significant compensation. According to a recent congressional report, it was found that major brand baby foods are tainted with significant levels of toxic metals like arsenic, lead, cadmium, and mercury. The report went on to say that exposure to these toxic heavy metals can cause permanent risks, including a decrease in IQ and infants' brain development. The heavy metals that are found in these baby foods are among the World Health Organization's top 10 concerning chemicals for children and infants. If you have a child who is diagnosed with autism or severe ADHD before the age of 14, it may be the result of exposure to toxic heavy metals in your child's baby food, and you may be entitled to compensation. Call now for a free case review.